Hey everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing great and having a great day. So a bit of an okay news day. So, here's what we have today. So normally when we think of smart contracts, we generally tend to think of Ethereum, as this is one of the major things on the Ethereum platform, so they tend to go hand in hand. But this could all be changing as developers behind Bitcoin seem to be working on something called MAST, that is MAST, which stands for Merkleized Abstract Syntax Trees. Yep, that is a mouthful. As apparently the activation of SegWit on the Bitcoin network has actually helped to give way to something like this to be possible on top of Bitcoin now, because apparently this was not possible before, but the upgrades seem to be helping Bitcoin move forward. So the initiative for MAST, M-A-S-T, seems to be spearheaded by someone named Mark Friedenbach, who is the co-founder of Blockstream, and all of this would apparently become possible with the aid of a soft fork on the Bitcoin network. So should all of this actually come to fruition, this would actually allow for an increase in the amount of flexibility on the network, which is something that is very much needed on the Bitcoin network. We've seen how slow things can go. This would also allow payments and transactions to be able to process or stopped or be able to go forward when something happens. An example of this being a payment would be able to go through on a certain date. Let's say you want to send this 3 weeks from now to a friend. You would click in that date, and this is when the payment would then send, because this is not possible as of now on through traditional wallets and things like that. Or you would be able to send payment if you and the other party agree that payment should be transferred. Let's say you have to pay with someone for a job or whatever the case might be. They can then say, yes, I should be receiving this money, which is pretty much great. So if this does take place, and that is once again a massive if, because we've all seen how long it takes for something or anything on the Bitcoin network to finally be activated, MAST would actually increase scaling on the network, which would be very cool, allowing for quicker transactions. It would introduce more privacy on the network as well, something that is slowly getting into the mainstream, because a lot of people don't actually know that Bitcoin transactions can be traced very easily right now if somebody wants to do so. As the years have gone on and the entire regulation thing has slowly come to light, there are government agencies who are pretty capable of tracking Bitcoin transactions whenever they want to at the moment, which is kind of crazy, but we should have assumed that this would have happened eventually. So this upgrade would actually be based on 3 BIPs, B-I-P-S, that is Bitcoin Improvement Protocols. The first of these BIPs would be the Fast Merkle trees, which would enable a different structure than what's currently being used to store transaction in blocks, which is pretty cool. The second protocol would actually allow users to make new transactions on the network that have never been done before. And finally, the third BIP is called Tail Call Execution Semantics. These names are getting ridiculous. This one talks about how Bitcoin smart contracts can terminate. Let's see if this actually goes through, if this actually works out. Bitcoin doesn't have the best track record when it comes to upgrades, as it usually takes 1, 2, or 3 years for anything to actually get started on the network. And at that point, other coins have usually completely passed it by once again. But Bitcoin is the #1 coin at the moment, so let's see where this goes. Next up, we have some very interesting news out of South Korea. There was a situation where police actually took 216 Bitcoins from someone in the country who was accused of performing illegal activities with these Bitcoin. So a South Korean court has actually ruled that this seizure was completely illegal and should have never taken place, and the police had no right in doing so. Comically enough, the entire reason why they said that this should have never been done is because that Bitcoin constantly jumps in price. It's reported that the confiscation was illegal because it's uncalled for the Bitcoins to be taken away, because they literally have no standard value, means they're not pegged to anything completely. The value of it will constantly go up and down depending on what is happening during that day. They also indicated that as Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are digital, they have no physical presence in the matter of the seizure, and therefore there's nothing that can actually be seized by police. This is going to be very interesting to see how this unfolds in the coming years, because we've seen something completely different for how other countries deal with seizures and stuff like this. We've seen in America before, there have been situations where 10, 20, 30,000 Bitcoin have been taken from people because the police said, or the government said, that someone had done something illegal. Whether that was true or not remains to be seen in many cases, but the fact that the South Korean court has said, this cannot happen because they are not physical, I can't even begin to see what the implications will be for this in the future, especially as regulation continues to roll out. But this is very, very interesting. Normally what it ends up happening is when one country makes a decision for cryptocurrencies, the other ones around it tend to kind of follow suit. But let's see in which direction this will go. Alrighty guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I'm actually not feeling too well. I'm actually kind of sick, so sorry if you can hear that in my voice at all. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day, and yeah, as always, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you all soon. See you. Hey everyone, thank you very much again for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys would like to help me and the channel, there are ways to do so in the description below. Thank you very much, and talk to you guys soon.